Number 1 in Idaho. This is KTVB, Idaho's News Channel 7. The news at 10 starts now.
Ideally, we'd love to have hydrants in every street corner, but it's just a reality that we don't.
A major concern for firefighters on Friday night was water supply, lack of it, because they responded to a neighborhood with no hydrants. Welcome to the Sunday edition of the News at 10. Fire investigators continue to seek the cause of the fire that blackened a home and left a family homeless in Boise Friday night. Our Andrea Lutz has more now on the troubling, concerning lack of water in some of our neighborhoods.
Mark, Boise Fire knows what areas of town have fire hydrants and they know which ones don't. While this house was not a total loss, today I learned the backup plan for getting water to the fire ran into a delay and some fear that same thing could happen again.
It's just amazing how fast it spreads.
Dan Yonke and Carmen Smith.
It was scary,
Can't stop thinking about the ball of fire they witnessed coming from the house next door.
I could feel a lot of heat just right here.
With flames just feet away, Dan even grabbed a garden hose.
I was afraid it could catch this tree on fire and, go from tree to tree towards our house.
Friday night, Boise Fire responded to this home on a state drive to find the garage and attic on fire.
They did run out of water. It was obvious to us fairly quick.
The home sits in an established neighborhood with private wells. It was annexed into the city several years ago, and because of that, there are no hydrants.
We as a fire department, we've identified those areas that we know of that are short of hydrants.
So firefighters called for water.
I was nervous we were going to lose the whole house.
Boise Fire Battalion Chief Aaron Hummel was calling the shots that night.
At the point that the driver of that engine told me that he had a quarter tank of water is when I said, we got to get everybody out.
It was a tense moment for him as he waited for backup water to arrive, a Whitney Fire water tender. But due to a loss in revenue, that water tender is not staffed. And at the time, the crew was out on a medical call. So getting the water took longer. But Hummel said it was just by seconds.
If you look at the house, we were able to save, a majority of the house despite the water supply issues that we had.
Dan and Carmen have now seen firsthand the impacts of a blazing fire.
It's kind of scary not to have access to a fire hydrant.
Well, as everyone says, minutes count,
But installing hydrants here is not likely anytime soon. Now, a total of 3 water tenders responded to the scene that night. One was from Meridian, another was from the county, and the third was that Whitney Fire tender. I am told all arrived on scene at the same time.
Andrea, thanks. Now, there were 6 people living inside the home at the time. 1 dog died. The Red Cross helped the displaced residents. Well, it wasn't fire, but the wind